Bryson Neal red hot as we enter round number 6 coming into today's race. Back-to-back wins. Can he keep it going? Can he make it 3 in a row? Walker Fowler return to the center of the box. GNCC on MAV TV starts now.
Are you ready to go? GNCC Racing!
Hello and welcome to round number 6 of the 2022 Grand National Cross Country Racing Series presented by Specialized, an AMA National Championship. We're here in Crawfordsville, Indiana for the Hoosier GNCC. I'm Mikey Waynes, and I'll be taking you through today's racing action. As always, we begin with Specialized Race Recap. In round number 5, how about this for the whole shot? Looks like Walker Fowler gonna get it. But if you look close, that's the number 3, the sneaky snake, Jared McClure, going up and getting it. Honestly, a little too close to tell. I would probably have to look back and see who got it for sure, but to my eyes, looked like Jared McClure. I am sure if it was Walker Fowler, he's going to let me know. He's going to say, no, Mikey, they gave that to me. Nonetheless, great start as the race wore on. We got to see the battle everybody wants to see. Walker Fowler out front, Bryson Neal in the 2 spot. Mano y mano. Bryson Neal looking for what would be his 3rd win of the season. Would have made it 2 in a row if he can hang on for it, which we know he does. Watch this pass. Pro row right here. Bryson Neal ducks to the inside. An aggressive but clean move on Walker Fowler. And Fowler, as they get into the moto track, as they're exiting, gonna get his revenge, gonna get his payback. I mean, this was as good as it gets. Fowler on the inside, a little, hey, how you doing? And a little look back as he says, we're gonna battle all season long. Eventually, Bryson Neal able to get Walker Fowler back and got him back when it mattered most. As the checkered flag came out, it was Bryson Neal grabbing what was his first win at the Camp Coker facility, a track that's not treated him well in the past, but today, called getting the monkey off the back. Comes in, grabs the checkered flag just in front of Walker Fowler, and we caught up with Bryson Neal after the race. What a ride by the 241 Magna 1 Motorsports Yamaha.
Yeah, today was absolutely wild. You know, coming into this race, I knew this track every year just seems to fight me. I've never won here, and for some reason, Camp Coker just always gets the best of me. So I knew coming in, especially Walker, his past accomplishments and wins here, he's always been strong. So I knew I had to ride real hard, real strong. We had a good solid last 2 weeks. I didn't get the best start. I banged off of Walker and Jared, you know, pinballed off of them, and I was about mid-pack, and I was getting pit board saying I was 28 seconds down at the end of the first lap when we were behind Walker. So I was like, oh my gosh, he's getting away. So I put my head down, and we was able to track him down, and man, what a race we had going on. The last 2 laps, you know, we traded positions so many times. The last lap, we traded in the pit. He passed me back, and then I got, I think, 2 or 3 times. It was absolutely nuts, you know. So I'm just so pumped to bring home this win. This is a big one today, and I don't know, man. We're just so pumped. I can't thank my dad, Mike Geen, my girlfriend Brooke, Troy Edelblue, Justin Fallon, Pat Kidwell, everyone who's in my corner, who supports me and has my back. I really appreciate it, and we're fighting for you guys.
Number 6, the Hoosier GNCC, your XC1 Pro Class ready to roll, and jockeying for position for the All Balls Racing whole shot. Oh, looking good here in the cornfields of Indiana. Bryson Neal, Hunter Hart and Walker Fowler out front's going to be Hunter Hart grabbing the whole shot and the early lead in this one. Oh, can he stretch it out? Bryson Neal just about middle of the pack. Not the best start for the man coming in with back-to-back wins. And into the woods we go now, and it is Walker Fowler out in front. That is Hunter Hart in the 2 spot. And again, pretty well single file early in this one for the XC1. There you just saw Bryson Neal, again, about middle of the pack. He's not had the best starts this season, but really hasn't mattered. He's been able to chip away at it and get up into the fight, as we know. So we turn our attention again back to the starting line. The XC2 going out for the B&R Motorsports Hole Shot Award. Who wants it? Oh, Jay Shadron with a good drive, and will grab that Hole Shot Award courtesy of B&R Motorsports and grabs the early lead. Jay Shadron been pretty well unstoppable in that XC2 class this season. Good to have him back out racing GNCC over these last couple of years. Back out front with our pro riders, and it is Walker Fowler still leading the way. Oh, it is slick. It is greasy here at the Hoosier GNCC. Weather looks good now, but had some rain come in, and pretty sloppy in some areas, but should set up for a good day of racing. Again, Bryson Neal still just about middle of the pack. And oh, there's a good example of just how greasy that is. That'll develop as the race goes on. There is Austin Abney, followed there by Adam McGill, the Gator. And oh, how about that? The XC1 already single file early in this one. No real opportunities in there. Can't make a pass. No sense in getting yourself stuck somewhere and losing a bunch of time. But here we go. Walker Fowler still out in front and got a small gap now on Hunter Hart in that 2 position. It looks like at least our top 4 or 5 riders, we'll call it 6, getting a little bit of separation between them and the rest of the pack. You can see there Bryson Neal going to work, trying to chip away, needs to get up there with the lead pack, cannot let Walker Fowler out of his sights. And if you're Walker Fowler, this is exactly where you need to be. Got to talk about, the last time Walker Fowler lost 3 in a row. It's been a while. Can he hang on and grab a win here today? Return to the center of the box. GNCC on MAV TV returns after this.
Coverage of the Grand National Cross Country Championship on MAV TV is brought to you in part by Specialized E-Turbo Bikes. It's you, only faster. And by Rocky Mountain ATVMC.com. Get ready.
Welcome back to GNCC here on MAV TV. Walker Fowler still leads this one with Hunter Hart in the number 2 spot. And boy, you talk about single file just behind him. Bryson Neal able to chip away a little bit in this one, trying to get up there in that fight. We've seen it, 5 times this season. Coming down to Bryson Neal, Walker Fowler battling for wins. Are we going to see that here today? Got to give Hunter Hart a lot of credit. It has been a season, I think by Hunter Hart's standards, of ups and downs, more downs than ups. He feels he needs to be up there battling with these guys for wins. Matter of fact, only 1 podium this season so far, with a 2nd place back in round 3. Speaking of Hart, how about it? Jeff Hart pointing out lines for Walker Fowler, and there's Hunter Hart right there. And Bryson Neal getting up in there with these guys. Cole Richardson. This was a stream crossing at one point, now a full-blown creek crossing, if you will. But things starting to sort out in the XC1. Still pretty tight gaps for the most part, but things really beginning to take shape here at the Hoosier GNCC. But again, back to Hunter Hart. It needs a good race here today. Needs a podium, really, to kind of regain some of that momentum. Man, got to hand it to Adam McGill. Back there, 2nd to last as far as XC1, but the man all heart. Got the fist pumping in the air. Fans love to see him out there doing his thing. Here we go. Walker Fowler out in front. And that is still Hunter Hart in the 2 spot, and I believe that is Bryson Neal there in the 3 position. It is. So the 241 Magnum 1 Motorsports, not Husqvarna, that's on Sundays, bike side. Yamaha sits there in the 3 position, trying to catch up to that pace. But I got to tell you, you hear these guys talk about it all the time. Once you get that rider in front of you, in your sights, what a breath of fresh air. It's a second wind that comes over you, and you're able to get up there and really duke it out. And here we go. This is what everybody came to see. Fowler out front, Neal in the 2 spot, as Hunter Hart drops 1 position, but still right on that pace with these guys. And I believe that is the sneaky snake, as Jared McClure, the number 3 machine, there in the 4 position. So, again, things starting to develop. Bryson Neal now around Hunter Hart. Now let's see if Hunter Hart can hang with these guys. up there in the top 3. He expects to see himself in top 3. He expects to be battling for wins. Let's see if he can answer the challenge. But right now, it is Walker Fowler out in front trying to put down a blistering pace to keep Bryson Neal at bay. Bryson Neal, 2 wins in a row coming into today. Whoa! Got to hand it to the cameraman on that one. That was a little sketchy right there. Way to hang in there. All right, new leader. Bryson Neal has taken over the top spot as he gets around Walker Fowler. Now, what can the 241 Magna 1 Motorsports Yamaha do with some clean air in front of them as they exit the woods, get into this open field section right here? And Jared McClure, by the way, moving up into the 3 position. So Hunter Hart drops another, make it 2 positions. Hunter Hart has dropped, and he's got heat all over him on his 6 on that rear grab bar. So things really beginning to take shape here in the XC1. Bryson Neal, your new leader. Now these guys should be, we're getting to that halfway point, should be coming in to the GBC Tires Pro Row for a pit stop. And we'll see if we got some more of that magic that we saw. Can Walker Fowler, due to what Bryson Neal did to him back at Camp Coker just a couple of weeks back? What a pass that was. And then Walker Fowler going out and getting him back in the moto track. We're going to have another preview of that here. And also keep in mind, here we go. All right, into the pits. Different location for the pits here at the Hoosier GNCC. That is not birdshot. That's not buckshot, you see. These guys, because of the weather, ended up setting up on the backside of the property where they set up the pro pits for pro motocross. So gravel, hey, probably made for great camping. You talk about a rough and gnarly spot to have our pits for those pros ripping through there. I hope all of our mechanics and everybody had their goggles on because, yeah, it was a little sketch back there. But these guys making it happen. Both riders getting out with a good, clean pit stop, nothing out of the ordinary. If you're new to GNCC, they get in there, standard pit stop, they get refueled, fresh set of goggles, and usually some kind of hydration, whether it's water, something else, some electrolytes, something to keep these guys going for all 2 hours of this race. But what a great one developing here between Bryson Neal, your leader, and Walker Fowler. Bryson Neal trying to hand Walker Fowler 3 races in a row, trying to take wins. Absolutely an incredible ride by Bryson Neal. Don't call it luck. Don't call it a comeback. This guy is here to battle for a championship, and Walker Fowler certainly has his hands full. No doubt about that. And Jared McClure is still keeping a pretty good pace in the 3 spot. Got a pretty good gap between him and 2nd, and between him and 4th and 5th place right there. But nonetheless, still a solid ride. Jared McClure kind of in that same boat as Hunter Hart. Needs a good finish here today. Could really use a podium as a confidence builder. And there's our leaders, Neal out in front, Fowler in the 2 spot as that gap pretty well gone away. And just as I say that, we got Bryson Neal on screen getting around some lap traffic, and no sights of Walker Fowler. There he is. But Neal, with that clean air in front of him, able to put on a little bit of a gap. Can he hang on to it? Lap traffic certainly going to play a factor here, as you saw some of those single lane choices as Bryson Neal, a couple check up from the neck up right there, wants to know exactly where Walker Fowler's at, as there is Fowler in that 2 position. So Fowler got his work cut out for him and got some company. One of our lapped riders there says, man, I'm going to hook up with Walker Fowler here, see how long I can hang. All right, Fowler's able to get rid of that gap. We're right back to it, up on the rear grab bar as they get through the sloppy, greasy mess that is this Hoosier GNCC and some of these low spots. I know saying low spots in Indiana, you might be thinking to yourself, if you're one of those mountain folks, what do you mean low spots? Do you have low and high spots? Well, yes, there's one in Montgomery County, and we race on that property. Other than that, it's flatlands. Hey, we also played host to another round of EMTB GNCC. Charlie Mullins, Nick Mackey, Cypress Gorey, and the rest of the XC1 class going to battle here in Crawfordsville, Indiana. And what a race. What a season it's been. Some good riding. There's Nick Mackey out in front leading the trio. Charlie Mullins back in the 3 spot as Cypress Gorey sitting in the center spot. If you've never caught one of the EMTB races, you want to try it out, absolutely can't encourage you enough. I guarantee you there's a class for you. They even have a big bore class. What is big bore class? Well, fellas, if you are over 200 pounds, you qualify for the Big North class. I keep mulling it over in my head. Do I want to sign up for that? I qualify. I'm more than qualified. These guys are not in the Big North class. Those are your pro riders. Don't they look like it? What a shot right there, by the way. That is as cool as it gets. If that doesn't make you want to go out and ride, I don't know what does. When the checkered flag flew, it was Cypress Glory grabbing the win at the Hoosier EMTB GNCC. We'll be back with more racing here on MAV TV.
Coverage of the Grand National Cross Country Championship on MAV TV is brought to you in part by Specialized E-Turbo Bikes. It's you, only faster. And by RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready.
Well, GNCC plays host to more than just the pros. If you've watched before, you have probably seen these highlights. The Stasic race. It is a race for points and championships and glory. Okay, all right, it's just a race for fun, but nonetheless, don't tell these little rippers that. They take this thing serious. Look at the focus on the starting line. The 125 machine says, I can't see through this helmet. Ricky Towery with the waving of the green flag. And again, totally a race for fun. Saturday evenings, if you got the little ones, come out, bring the Stasic, and let them rip around for a while. It's almost more fun to watch, I think. Although I feel like the little rippers would argue that they're having the most fun. But certainly fun for mom and dad, everybody involved. And like I said, gives them kind of dips their toes in the water. Now, some of them, ride the micro bikes and ATVs, but for the most part, this is the very first taste of GNCC racing for a lot of young ones. So, on behalf of GNCC, gotta thank Stasic for everything they do for the sport to help move it forward. And I mean, you look at the smiles, and well worth it. That should warm your heart right there, no doubt. And a warm heart right now is Bryson Neal, because he's enjoying a lead right now on Walker Fowler. And Walker Fowler, boy, he's gotten close a few times, but just has not had that opportunity to take his shot and try to get back up into the lead, because this guy absolutely riding on rails. The 241 Magna 1 Motorsports Yamaha of Bryson Neal is without a doubt hungry for a championship. What a storybook season it has been so far this year. The back and forth with him and Walker Fowler. And here we go now through the chicanes and into the finish line, where he sees Ricky Towery waving the checkered flag for win number 4 on the season, win number 3 in a row. Congratulations to Bryson Neal getting the job done. And somewhere out there, as he gets a big congratulations right there, somewhere out there is going to be Pop waiting for him. I guarantee you. There's Dad. The high five and the hug for Bryson Neal, taking another win. Caught up with him after the race.
Oh, yeah, today was gnarly. True Blue Ironman leading up to the race. We thought this place was going to be just kind of like what happened with dirt bikes last year maybe, but we all got lucky with the rain. It cut off yesterday. The sun came out today, and man, the track, it turned into a beautiful, just something you could race. It wasn't no survival race. The ruts were deep. There's people everywhere, multiple lines. The hill climbs were cut out. I mean, the creeks were gnarly. Just true blue GNCC racing today. And the Ironman and the Hoosier, they always put on good tracks. And I think we was able to get past Walker at the end of lap 2, if I think right. We pitted. I don't know what exactly he did. He's probably got a story. Something happened to him. He got stuck, got around a lapper. I don't know, but all I know is I got a gap. And then on the last lap, I had a scare, man. There was a line that I took on the bottom line, and I couldn't see nobody. And as soon as I got around the corners, the guy just stuck, bigger than heck. And my bumper, you can see that my graphics plate, it's all messed up. It's ripped off, and I just nailed the guy. Good thing he had a good solid rear bumper. I knocked him through the mud hole, got him unstuck. I got through, thankfully. Oh my gosh, I was so scared, but that was a big scare on the last lap, but was able to just bring it home and get this win today. It feels good to get 3 in a row.
Well, again, congratulations to Bryson Neal on the win. Walker Fowler checked in moments ago for the second place position, and overall pretty good spirits after the race for Walker Fowler.
Just got a killer start. It's a good thing I got that figured out, but just started trying to ride my race. That first lap, there was a lot of lines, and man, the morning chewed it up, and we were all kind of trying to decide if we were going to run big tires or not, and I think a lot of guys chose to run with the standard 2120s, and it was the right choice. That first lap was rough, but then once we kind of started moving around a lot, lines started to develop, and we kind of filled in some of the ruts, and just was riding a little tight. Bryson went from, last to second in a mile like usual, and I was like, okay, well, nothing's changed in, a month. So just was trying to ride good and started making mistakes, and he made a really good line, and I was able to latch on and started applying pressure, and we got into lap traffic, and I felt like I was in a really good position until the 2-lap card came out, and then the wheels started to fall off the bus. Just we kind of, like I said, got into lap traffic. I started getting a little aggressive, went to my head, got back up, caught back up to Bryson. Second I caught him, went back to my head again, upside down under the bike, and just like, well, you know what, maybe we should just bring it home and try to figure out what we missed. So we're getting closer. It doesn't look like we're getting closer, but I feel better about that, and we just got to keep marching forward, man. This is going to be a long season. We're 6 points down. That's still only, really not even a race if you look at it. So just like I said, keep our nose to the grindstone. We're healthy. We're strong, and we're doing what we need to do. We're just not quite putting all the puzzle pieces together.
Well, again, Bryson Neal taking the win. Walker Fowler finishing second, and the sneaky snake, the Cobra, Jared McClure aboard that Honda, sealing the deal, rounding out the top 3.
Man, it was a pretty good day. Had a top 5 start. Everybody's worried about the mud, but the morning cleaned it off, and the track was. It was fun. A couple bad spots, but this place is good enough you can make your way around. So I didn't get stuck once, man. GBC tires, they were just hooking up all day. And I want to give a shout out to my guy Jay Goebel. He really helped me get these shocks dialed in here. I felt real good today, real comfortable. I've been struggling a little bit past few rounds, and you got to have the confidence in your equipment. And today I just felt better. We didn't get the win, but we're back on the box. It's a step in the right direction.
Let's take a look at our Specialized race recap. Jockeying for position out in front. Boy, great drive there by Walker Fowler, able to hold everybody off, snag the whole shot. He had some company, though, as Hunter Hart right there. Hunter Hart, great ride for him early in this one. Fell off the pace of the lead pack a little bit as the race wore on, but I think definitely some good building blocks for Hunter Hart, a guy that expects to see himself battling for wins and certainly battling for podiums. Again, didn't make it happen today, but a move in the right direction early. I got to think as the season wears on, Hunter Hart's going to get this thing figured out. As the race wore on, it was the battle we all came to see. Fowler out front, Neal in the 2 spot, mano-a-mano, a championship on the line this season, as neither rider can afford to give up a position. And as it wore on, we got toward the end of this one, Neal finally able to make the pass on Walker Fowler into the 1 position. And with that clean air out in front, Bryson Neal never looks back. Able to come out here, grab again what was his 4th win on the season, 3 in a row. Walker Fowler. Does he panic? If you're Walker Fowler, is it time to panic? I don't think so. I think the guy's got ice running through his veins, but both of these guys, stellar rides from both riders. Neither one can afford to let the other one win. They've got to go out. They got to get the job done. And I just can't help but think it's going to be the first guy with a bad race that is going to be the difference maker this season. Anything can happen, though. Anything did happen out here today with Bryson Neal grabbing win number 4 on the season. Again, 3 in a row. Can he keep this streak going? What a ride by the 241 Magna 1 Motorsports Yamaha Bryson Neal. Well, that's going to do it for us here at the Hoosier GNCC. I'm Mikey Waynes. We'll see you at the races.